Hey guys, what is going on? It's me, Box12 here, and welcome back to another Realm of the Mad God update video. Got a real nice one for you today. So not long ago, Deca told us that a new wave of Reconstruction was on the way. D-Docks, Sea Depths, Woodlab, Sewers, and Sprite World were all getting a rework. And today they've given us a rather hearty teaser, telling us a bit about what we can expect, showing us some screenshots, and while there's nothing on the Sprite World in here, we did get a very unexpected tease about the new Godlands, which I was not expecting at all. A little while back, we revealed that our efforts to remake some of the game's most outdated content would continue beyond RotMG, with our next batch focusing on the Crawling Depths, Woodland Labyrinth, Deadwater Docks, Sprite World, and Toxic Sewers. 3 of these are drawing near to their release. Since the Kabam-era dungeons directly reused most assets from their original counterparts, the Crawling Depths did not hold up particularly well when the Spider Den leapfrogged it. The new Crawling Depths takes an appropriately epic upgrade from the original, expanding on the Spider Den's dirt den and becoming a rough, unwelcoming den of stone. You'll see some familiar mechanics return from the reworked Spider Den, such as webbed floors slowing you down and colored eggs capable of hatching different spider types. However, in addition to the existing enemies being reworked to be more engaging and unique, 5 brand new massive spiders have made their way onto the scene. Compared to the glass cannon style of the basic spiders, these brutes demand your respect and attention when spotted. Combined with the larger room sizes and sprawling webs, we feel this dungeon has become one of the most challenging and nerve-wracking to rush. Better think on your feet if you just want to dart to the boss. The Son of Arachne has of course received a great deal of work as well. We won't spoil it all quite yet, but here's what you can expect very soon. Proper phase progression with 1 egg being destroyed per phase and the Son of Arachne progressing through multiple attack and behavior states. Each egg not only granting the boss an extra attack, which is used differently in each state and has loads of possible combinations, but also an extra effect. Green equals speedy, blue energized, red damaging, and silver armored. Think of it as the lair of Draconis in reverse. Web spokes playing a dynamic role in the fight, alternating from their basic slowing web into beams, directed attacks, and other unique combinations to make each phase distinct. And then none of this. They leave us a link to a video where someone is popped by shots that appear in front of the boss, which I think we'll all be happy to see gone. So they've completely reversed how this dungeon used to work. And while I enjoyed how the original Sea Depths was set up, I think that this new method of making the eggs mandatory to kill the boss, and the Son of Arachne actually getting stronger with each one, will lead to a more interesting fight overall. And like they say, it has tons of combinations, so depending on which one you kill first, the boss will behave slightly different on that run, as opposed to if you destroyed a different one first. I like the sound of that. From the screenshots we get to see, it looks fantastic. Changing it from dirt to stone I think was perfect. I think it makes the dungeon look more intimidating overall. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Not sure what some of these items are in the inventory. Looks like Doku may have got a bit of a resprite, just a teeny bit. The epic forest maze has gone from derivative to dashing with this autumn makeover. As we head into December, take one last gasp of fall with the crisp leaves and warm colors of the remade Woodland Labyrinth. The sights may be soothing, but the updated goblins and squirrels within would really rather you take a hike elsewhere. From just the couple screenshots we have, this looks gorgeous. It could honestly be a contender for most beautiful dungeon in the game. Once the full thing is out, I don't know, but I'm getting some good vibes, especially that tea room. That is stunning. The infamous turrets have changed too, now having a growing wind-up to their attacks and using slower, varied patterns instead of nearly unavoidable zaps. They may be small now, but those saplings will grow up to sprout legs and terrorize the mountains someday. Not sure if that's just a lore joke for Ent gods, or if the turrets will actually get up and start attacking you if enough time passes. The Woodlab's 3-part boss now has some behavior variety to back up its metamorphosis too. Each of the 3 phases has 2 different modes it can shuffle between, as well as a special one-time attack per phase that you'll really want to watch out for. You'll also notice that minions are present throughout the fight as well, and will upgrade to the next level of their master as the battle continues. So it looks like we'll have to fight everything at once. And again, that swarm tree, just so good. Can't imagine what it looks like when it's evil. Next, the sewers. The Toxic Sewers has always been among the tougher Godlands dungeons, and the tight spaces could be very punishing to unmaxed characters looking for some defense. A big emphasis has been placed on giving you room to maneuver through this dungeon and avoid the sickening sludge more reliably. With most enemies becoming less instantly aggressive, unmaxed characters should have a much more approachable way to farm some defense potions so long as you play with caution. You'll even see some use of acceleration projectiles in this dungeon, continuing from what was introduced in High-Tech Terror. Not just by dungeon monsters in the reworked gold board, but from the Master Rat. Trivia Night was cancelled after poor attendance for 4 years straight, and now he's ready to test you in combat. Can you prove your mettle to the master? A slightly less significant change than the others, but the presentation here is much cleaner. It actually looks more like a sewer, more cartoony in a way even. Wider hallways, more space, more details. And without a doubt, my favorite addition is the new water current. The sewage actually pushes you in a direction, making it feel like this place has actual life and movement to it. Little things like that, they make all the difference, and I'm glad they recognize that. But the most unexpected change by far was what they did to the mountains. Updates to the mountains is something we've wanted to do for a while, but we felt there was no better time to finally begin than with the changes being made to epic dungeons and their difficulty. The enemy designs of the gods we all know are untouched, rest assured. Instead, the core changes to this biome are as follows. This kind of confused me at first. When they say enemy designs, they mean function, their behavior. They still have the exact same attacks and whatnot, but the look? Completely new. Updated the sprites and projectiles of all Godlands enemies. Updated the rock sprite to have many variants, as well as small crystal formations and dead trees. Note that later down the line we do plan to more broadly overhaul the art of the realm, but focus mostly on objects for now. You know big changes were coming when the rock sprite in Godlands was on their priority list. And once again, it's a small thing, but adding these artifacts are going to make it feel way more like actual mountains. Added lucky variants of every god, which now spawn uncommonly and repeatedly instead of being once per realm at the very beginning with a quest marker. This is kind of a big deal. These lucky gods aren't just copies with buffed stats either. Each one is a remix of the original god in one way or another, so watch out for those gold shots. Each lucky god has a guaranteed potion drop as well as a guaranteed drop of their respective dungeons. This is a game changer. Lucky gods giving guaranteed potions are no longer once per realm, and they have a guaranteed dungeon drop. Not to mention they've added a lucky variant to every god, which means that they most likely have plans to create more epic dungeons. An epic snake pit, UDL, Abyss. Because the lucky Ent god and lucky Djinn no longer drop the woodland labyrinth and crawling depths, now matching the dungeon drops of their normal counterparts. 2 brand new enemies have been added with approximately the rarity of a headless horseman, the sting spider and the great owl. These 2 slightly more complex enemies are the new drop locations of the Sea Depths and Woodlab respectively, and are not limited to once per realm. You can farm them alone at any point in the realm if you want, but you may still want to call them out for some allies due to their new difficulty. The Haunted Cemetery is now a guaranteed drop from the Headless Horseman, thank you. The Mysterious Crystal's damage threshold has been increased to better suit modern DPS. The health bar now accurately represents the damage needed to crack it as well. The Crystal Prisoner fight has been reworked, now with less weak spam and more coordination from the steeds. It's been a long time since this part of the game received any major non-seasonal updates, so we hope the region feels more appropriately freshened up while still feeling true to the iconic Godlands experience. We get some screenshots of the new gods and wow, I mean, completely updated sprites. I still can't get over how different those white demons look. Ghost gods are so bouncy now. The shading on the Medusa. The new spider and owl look pretty good, not too out of place. The slime god and Gulport look absolutely disgusting now, but like in the correct way they're supposed to look. One of them is made out of sewage after all. We get a quick look at the cool new lucky Djinn pattern. The team hopes you've enjoyed this teaser. We're super excited for you to get your hands on all this and more very soon, so stay tuned. Yeah, you're telling me. It's pretty safe to say that at some point, they are going to update every graphic in this game to bring it up to par with the current look, which only makes the possibility of having a future legacy server all the more valuable. A separate mode where you can play on old 2011 Realm, where you only had 7 dungeons, 13 classes, no pets, and all the old sprites. I think having that would be a really nice nostalgic inclusion and could even bring a lot of old players back just to have that option. But I won't hold my breath for that. I'm so excited for this to come out. I can't wait to see it in action. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. Alright? See ya.